I've cleaned out everything out from underneath the bed, and what you're seeing is the storage compartment from the outside that goes under the bed, and there is zero insulation under the bed. Right there is 1/2-inch plywood that goes directly to the mattress. On that side it's 1/8-inch panel board, which is going to go directly to the other side of the storage, and over here is 1/8-inch panel board, which goes maybe 1/2-inch, which goes to the side beside the bed, and over there goes to the other side. So I'm going to line all of this with that 1/2-inch polystyrene, and I expect it to make a tremendous amount of difference. Now, one other thing that I've done, and you can see it in another video, is I've put new seals around the door, and that way I don't have any air infiltration into that space. But if I do, the polystyrene insulation is going to help prevent problems. I believe it was Sun Tzu who said, "No battle plan ever survived the first contact with the enemy," and if he didn't say it, he probably should have. My original plan was I was going to hold this insulation up underneath the bed. This is the storage compartment that goes to the outside. It's got a gasket right there to keep the air from going in, which I replaced. But if cold air gets in there, there's nothing except a 1/2-inch plywood under the bed and literally just 1/8-inch paneling on the side. So I'm insulating the entire compartment. My original plan was to use staples. I couldn't get staples long enough. Then I decided to use roofing nails. Then I looked at the roofing nail and realized that that's what's called a thermal bridge. It's going to take the cold and it's going to transmit it right up into the wood that's under the bed. So then I thought, okay, I'll put it up with screws. I'll use glue, actually not glue, caulking, which I'll show you in a minute. And then I'll fasten up with screws. Then after it's dry, I'll remove the screws. Well, I'm too fat to get all the way back in there without getting stuck. I got stuck and it was really difficult getting back out again. So finally what I did is I put screws in the front part, and then I used these sticks with little bits of the insulation as padding to hold the rest of it up. And so once this is dry, I'll pull all the support sticks down, and then I'll put the other side in. So for my glue, I used two types of caulk. I used Lexel because it's really a good strong bonder, and I did 9 spots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then I filled in the field using this acrylic latex caulk from Dollar Store, and pretty well filled the field, but I left about, maybe the biggest spot is probably 2 inches between beads. It doesn't need a whole lot. The insulation is not very heavy at all, and it ought to be glued up securely. So at least we'll find out. There are a couple other things I wanted to show you while I was doing this, not really on insulation, but if you can just see the edge of a light right here, and it's to light up the underside of the trailer. The problem is it has a switch which just pushes to go on, and it's easy to push it to go on, and if you notice, that is melted. That's the lens that goes over the light. So what I've done is I've taken the bulb out. I'll, thank you very much, and light the inside of the underside with a flashlight instead of running the risk of having a fire.